Alright guys, welcome back to my workshop. This is part 2 of bringing this door back to life. So in the previous video I went ahead and scraped off all the stickers off of the glass. I went ahead and cleaned up the boards. I sanded them a little bit just so that my new paint will have something to adhere to. And we took care of moving the hinges. So in this video I'm going to finish it off hopefully and show you how far I've come. Alright, well this is the finished product of putting a piece of wood in there and gluing it. Turned out pretty well. I used my hand plane. I just bought this up, or picked this up from a flea market, and it works really well. The blade is actually surprisingly still fairly sharp. So what I'm going to do is finish off the next one, and I'll show you how I did this by doing that one. Okay, so I've got to take a quick minute and just share with you something really cool. If you just noticed, I use a drill that you probably never see me use in any of my videos prior to this video. Mainly because my battery drill is on my second floor because I'm working on the project where I'm putting this door. So I'm kind of handicapped. I didn't want to run up there, and I just went ahead and grabbed my corded drill. So just a really neat story about this drill was that one day I was on a job and I was just walking by, and this trash can I noticed was just kind of set funny, so I went over there and I noticed that this drill was sitting on top. And when I first took a look at this drill, it was completely rusted over. I tried to move the chuck and it was just sieged shut. What was really a miracle though was that the actual key was still attached to the power cord, which was amazing. I did end up putting some electrical tape here because it was pretty messed up. But I took it home and put some WD-40 in there and some degreaser and some lubricants in there and just really got it to work. And now it actually works pretty good. It used to make a really high winding noise. That's kind of gone away now. And it does have a lot of power for this tiny little drill. So, you know, sometimes if you see something just sitting in the trash, sometimes it might work. You know, somebody might have threw it away because they didn't want to mess with it or they didn't have the time to mess with it. But sometimes it's worth just taking it home and maybe saving it for another day, saving it for a rainy day or a snowy day, and you know, see if you can get it to work, because sometimes you might end up with a little spare tool like I found right here. So anyways, let's keep going on with this project. So I've been painting this door here, and I wanted to show you a really neat trick to taping the inside corner of the glass. Sometimes you could just bring two separate pieces, but this is how I tend to do it. Just get your first piece started up to your edge, get it going. Now, when you get to the corner, you want to somewhat get it up as close as you can and use your fingernail. But then once you get it, keep your finger at that corner and then bring this across and lay it down on the glass right at your edge. Then you want to just bring your finger back up to that and smush that corner down. And you should end up with a pretty neat little corner taped up with one full piece. Okay, I'm going to do it again and just show you at a different angle. So we grab our piece of tape. We're going to go the opposite direction this time. So we start at the corner, get all the way down here, and then once we get to the corner, use our fingernail, get it to get in there nice and tight. Fold it over. You see, I just folded it. You almost could do it without your fingernail there. Get tight there, bring your finger back and flatten it all down, and you get a pretty good corner. What I'm going to do down here before I take it upstairs, I'm going to go ahead and install the hinges on this, and I think I'm going to go ahead and put our knobs on. I got these from Lowe's, just a regular standard lockable knob that you can use for a closet or a bedroom. And then since we have an extra hole and I didn't want to fill it, we decided to actually put a pocket hole lock in there. primarily because I have a little girl. This is just one more step to kind of keep her from getting into our office so that she doesn't get into all the papers. So it's just a little added extra safety net bonus feature we're trying to help a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and put these in and put the hinges on. Okay guys, so it's the next day and the door is all ready to go. I've got the hinges on and I also have the lock and the doorknob on. So the next step is to take it upstairs where it belongs. Okay, so I've got the door up here, and the next step is to set the door in the frame. So as you can see, I've already painted off the part that is not going to be used. I didn't do the whole piece yet. I figured I can get this mounted before I finish that. Now I need to measure from the top and from the bottom to find where the hinges are actually going to be placed. So let's do that. Okay, so after some really hard trying times, I got the door finally situated. That opens and closes very well. And the space between the door and the frame is exactly what I wanted. I had to actually go backwards and do some reworking on this trim because there was essentially on this side about a 1/4 inch gap, which didn't leave enough room for the latch to actually latch. So I had to redo that, rethink it. So I brought this in more and re-chiseled a little bit of these holes. It works really good. So now I just got to finish putting the latch and then put the trim up around that will stop the door from coming too far. Okay, I want to share with you a quick little tip. When you're trying to find a placement for where your latch is going to go on your door frame, a really simple way to know without just going about it and by measuring is take a pencil and go pretty heavy and try to get some of that lead on the tip of your latch, and then just push it into your door, and that will give you a mark on the wall so you know exactly where to put your hole. And that's it. The door turned out really great. I was really pleased with it all. If you enjoyed watching this, please let me know in the comments below. please be sure to subscribe to my channel and follow me on Facebook and Instagram. And I want to thank you especially for bearing with me for these long 2-part videos. Thank you for watching.